now that we got through that, let's have some fun with standard and assessment report from Chair Cannon. Which is the yellow paper in your packet. After this report, we'll have a short break. Yeah, as soon as I turn your mic on. Okay.
Okay. We'll begin with R277-403, Student Reading Proficiency and Notice to Parents. In the last legislative session, they redid some of these programs that had become more or less obsolete, and because of that, this rule needs to be repealed, and then they'll address parts of the rule in the one we come up with next. So the motion, the committee moved to repeal R277-403, and then the committee makes the motion to the board to repeal that also.
The motion before the board is that the board repeal R277-403. Not seeing any discussion. Let's vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Voting is unanimous.
All right, so then we took R27-403, the K-3 Reading Improvement Program and the State Reading Goal. This rule is due for its 5-year review and continuation. Staff have reviewed the rule and determined it continues to be necessary. Components of R277-403 have been included in this, and Jennifer Thronston came and gave us some, I thought, very interesting information. We are utilizing some of this money to improve early literacy, and she said currently we have 49% of students reading on level by 3rd grade, which is a little less than half. And in this new rule, we now have a new target of 60%. And this is going to be a more rigorous goal for us, and we're hoping that we can get up to at least that goal and then increase it again. So the committee approved R27-406, draft 1 on first reading, and moves that the board approve it on second and final reading.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve R277-406, draft 1 on second and final reading. I'm not seeing any. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, hang on. Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve and continue R277-406, draft 1 on second and final reading. Not seeing any discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Voting is unanimous.
Next, we had Troy Nordic come and present to us the Driver Education Law and Policy Manual, R277-746. We have been in a process of overseeing and revising all of the driver ed information in the state. This is more or less the last piece to fall into place here. The new manual contains driver license rules, legislative codes, and board rule that governs driver education. The manual has been updated to include the removal of shalls and replace them with recommendations. This was done to accommodate current programs, especially in rural schools, and also includes recodification. So the committee approved the Driver Education Law and Policy Manual, and the committee moves that the board approve the updated Driver Education Law and Policy Manual.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve the updated Driver's Education Law and Policy Manual. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Voting is unanimous.
Okay, next, the committee received an information item. It was on the Digital Teaching and Learning Qualified Grant Program. Sarah Young came and presented this to our committee about how the program is moving forward, and it is now being used in 40 of 41 school districts and 32 charter schools, mostly the larger charter schools. The legislature has increased funding as interest has increased in this grant-based program. This is based on reimbursement, so they pay the money and then they get reimbursed for their payment. So we had that, and then let's see. We talked about R277-922, the timeline for reapplication of the Digital Teaching and Learning Qualified Grant. So we approved a 3-year timeline for Cohort 1 of the Digital Teaching and Learning Grants awarded in March of 2017. So the motion is from the committee that the board approve the 3-year timeline for Cohort 1. The idea behind the 3-year timeline is that technology tends to get old within about 3 years' time, and so they want this to be sustainable, and that's the reason they're putting it on this timeline.
Okay. So the motion before the board is that the board approve from the committee to the board is that the board approve the 3-year timeline for Cohort 1. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Voting was unanimous.
Okay, early in the year, we opened up the health standards. They are being rewritten, and so the committee had an update on how the rewriting of the standards committee is coming. The committee has 6 subcommittees based on individual areas of expertise. There are 6 to 8 members in each group. The 6 subcommittees include emotional and mental health, human development, substance abuse prevention, protective factors, safety and disease prevention, and nutrition. We had asked Ms. Kaufman to send out a list of all the subcommittee members and the meeting dates, so if board members wanted to attend, they have that option, and that information will be disseminated to board members. So that is an information item. Next is R277-492, Utah Science, Technology, and Research Initiative, commonly known as USTAR. This is a rule that it was amended and is up for continuation. The idea behind this rule is to help retain science teachers in the classroom. So we have 26 districts and some odd number of charters that participate in utilizing this money to promote maintaining their science teachers or giving their science teachers extended contracts and all kinds of things to motivate retaining outstanding science teachers in Utah schools. So the committee approved R277-492 Draft 1 on first reading and moves that the board approve it on second and final reading.
Okay. The motion before the board is that the board approve on continuation R277-523 Draft 1 on second and final reading. Not seeing any discussion to the motion. Let's vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, hang on. I'm slow on the trigger here. Vice Chair Brittany Cummins.
I'm just wondering, is there a typo between 492 and 523?
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, let me restate the motion. For sure it's 492, for sure? Okay. Let me restate the motion. The motion is that the board approve on continuation R277-492 Draft 1 on second and final reading. Hang on. I said that. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Voting is unanimous. Do we still have 8 people here? Is Linda, are you still on the line?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, please continue.
All right. This is our final item, R277-497. This returned to our committee for the second time. We had requested staff to go forward and make some amendments to this rule. They did so. The policy supplement that we thought was very impressive, they had initially incorporated it by reference, but they eliminated it, and now the policy supplement is found directly in the rule. So our committee approved R277-497, Draft 2 on first reading, and we move that the board approve it on second and final reading.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve R277-497, Draft 2 on second and final reading. Not seeing any discussion to the motion. So let's vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Voting was unanimous. Thank you, Chair Cannon. We're going to take about a 10-minute break, and if you guys can set your clocks or whatever to 10 minutes, that would be great, because we still have quite a bit of work to do, but we still have board members here.